Hi, this is Dr. Meyer from Sacramento. Today I'd like to talk to you about food sensitivities and food allergies. What is food sensitivities? The inability to tolerate many environmental factors and sensitivities or intolerances stimulate the innate system in our bodies and cause an inflammatory response. And this inflammation has been linked to countless conditions, including digestive disorders, migraines, obesity, fatigue, ADD, joint pains, skin disorders, arthritis, and many more. A very popular one recently has been gluten sensitivities. This is something we see in our practice almost daily now. Somebody coming in and say, I think it's wheat that's causing all my vague symptoms. And so wheat has a gluten called protein, and it's found in wheat, rye, barley, and then therefore it's found in bread, beer, pasta, and a wide range of processed foods. But only 1% of the population is eating gluten causes celiac disease, which is an intestinal condition characterized by the inability to absorb nutrients from the food. Celiac disease, or SPRU, is diagnosed through blood and bowel tests, and there is no good test to determine the non-celiac gluten sensitivity, and there has been considerable debate whether that condition even exists. Claims for gluten-free foods seem to increase daily with no real good scientific support for that, and the clamor has increased and moved from the internet to the lay press and has become the new diet villain. Some researchers note that the symptoms attributed to gluten may actually be caused by sensitivity to other elements in the wheat flour and other cereal grains. And these symptoms may not be entirely caused by the gluten, and so they caution us to use to keep us from using gluten as the all for most toxic populations. Now, how are classic food allergies different from this? True food allergies refer to foods that trigger the immune system to actively produce massive amounts of the chemical histamine that can lead to anaphylaxis. This potentially fatal condition causes the throat to contract and trachea to swell, and this could cause total collapse and lack of oxygen, and it's also associated with hives, various rashes, itching, and non-life-threatening reactions. This is type 1 reaction for those immunologists, and it causes degranulation of the mast cells. And food allergies occur when your immune system responds defensively to the food protein that is not otherwise harmful to the body. The first time you eat an offending food, though, your immune system responds by creating specific fighting antibodies. And so you never have a reaction to food, just like you don't have a reaction to your first penicillin shot until you're sensitized to it, and you have the antibodies, and then when you eat the food or take penicillin again, these antibodies spring into action and release large amounts of histamine in an effort to prevent this foreign invader from coming into your body. And it's a very powerful chemical in the respiratory system, and as well as the gastrointestinal, skin, and cardiovascular symptoms. What are these symptoms? They may occur 2 hours or more after you've eaten the food, and you have a sensation of swelling in your mouth or swelling of the tongue. Hives may develop, and you may get nauseated, vomiting, and severe reaction, and it could go to anaphylaxis, which could result in death. And some people are so allergic to these foods, they just come in contact with their skin and they break out. Which foods are the worst? Well, there's 8 foods that account for 90% of all food allergies. These are milk and dairy products, eggs, peanuts, whether ground nuts, beer nuts, monkey nuts, are very sensitive to some people. Tree nuts, walnuts, almonds, and so on. Fish can be a cause of allergic reaction, And shellfish particularly can cause hives. It's a very common sight, and we frequently see patients that can't tolerate shellfish, but they can eat fish. Also soy and wheat. So how do you diagnose food allergies? If you have a reaction to food and you don't know which food is causing it, it's done by food diary. And therefore you write down the foods you eat and the products that are in that and your symptoms to that on a day-by-day basis for a month or so. Then you can see, well, the days I have cheese, or the days I have tomatoes, or the days I have the reaction and I feel badly. So how do you treat food allergies? Well, the same way as you treat drug allergies. You avoid them. And so you have to strictly avoid foods, and that can become somewhat complicated. For rashes, creams may be applied, antihistamines for systemic problems. For the more serious ones, steroids like prednisone, epinephrine injection, and they have these little epinephrine guns coming in a package that you can carry with you, and you can just poke it right into your skin, like in the military, right through your clothes if you need to, and give yourself an injection and save your own life. And of course the other ones should have Benadryl around and other antihistamines and prednisone. What happens to people with food allergies? Most people outgrow the food allergies, but 20% of them continue their sensitivities, especially to peanuts and shellfish. And you have to be careful for some butters, such as soy nuts, sunflower butter, that may be produced on equipment that also processes peanuts and other things you may be allergic to. People allergic to milk and dairy products, they have to be very careful in ice cream parlors because of the mix of products with the scoops that are given you. And always remember, peanuts can be mixed with other nuts. And peanut hulls are sometimes found in lawn fertilizer and can create problems. So this is it for today, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and post your comments and questions. And until next time, take care.